Hello and welcome to our video on the full story of Queen Elizabeth II. In this video, we will explore the life and reign of one of the most influential monarchs in modern history, from her ascension to the throne to her eventual passing. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Part 1. Who is Queen Elizabeth II? Queen Elizabeth II was born on April 21, 1926, in London, England. She was the first child of Prince Albert, Duke of York, and his wife, Elizabeth Boleyn. Elizabeth's grandfather, King George V, was the reigning monarch at the time of her birth. However, her life changed dramatically in 1936 when her uncle, King Edward VIII, abdicated the throne to marry American socialite Wallis Simpson. This made Elizabeth's father, King George VI, the new king, and Elizabeth became the heir presumptive. Part 2. What happened to the British Empire? In 1926, when Queen Elizabeth II was born, Britain ruled over nearly a quarter of the world's population through its colonies. Over centuries, the British Empire refined systems to control and extract wealth and resources from them. But all of white settler colonies like Australia and Canada had become British dominions. That meant they would no longer be ruled by Britain, but would symbolically remain constitutional monarchies under the crown. They called it the British Commonwealth, and it would turn out to be the future of the British Empire. By the time Queen Elizabeth took the throne in the 1950s, the world had changed even more, but the Queen wasn't just the Queen of the UK. She was also the Queen of 14 of the British Empire's old colonies. And they are all part of a larger organization called the Commonwealth of Nations, also made up mostly of former British colonies, and the Queen was the head of that too. After World War II, Britain's economy was suffering, and across the empire, independence movements were on the rise, like in India and Kenya. As the empire realized there was no stopping decolonization, the monarchy focused on maintaining its relevance. Even though the Queen would not attend the lowering of the British flag, but her family would. Her husband, Prince Philip, attended several ceremonies marking the independence of former colonies, including the one in Kenya and India, and like more others colonies. Part 3. Reinvention of Commonwealth. So in an effort to maintain ties, the British Commonwealth reinvented itself, as the Queen put it during her first major royal tour as head of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth bears no resemblance to the empires of the past. It is an entirely new conception. The British Commonwealth changed its name to the Commonwealth of Nations. Over time, it would allow countries that were no longer under the Queen like these to join as Commonwealth members. On the other hand, many newly independent countries chose to keep the Queen as their ceremonial head of state and became Commonwealth realms. Today, nearly a third of the world's population lives in a Commonwealth nation. And while some countries have chosen to leave the Commonwealth, others have decided to join despite not having been British colonies. That's partly because although the Commonwealth is more or less a club, whose members don't have legal obligations to each other, it's also one of the world's largest political organizations, and can be a useful forum for countries that want to amplify their voice or gain access to big diplomatic players like the UK, India, Canada, or the Crown itself. And although its members decided to make King Charles III the next head of the Commonwealth, they weren't required to, because anyone can lead the organization. Part 4. Queen Elizabeth's death. While Queen Elizabeth II's reign has been long and successful, all things must come to an end. On the 8th of September, 2022, Buckingham Palace announced that Queen Elizabeth II had passed away at the age of 96. The Queen's death sparked an outpouring of grief and tributes from around the world, with many people expressing their admiration for the monarch and her contributions to British and global history. Conclusion. In conclusion, Queen Elizabeth II was a truly remarkable figure whose life and reign have been marked by incredible accomplishments and significant changes in the world around her. She will be remembered as one of the most beloved and influential monarchs in modern history, and her legacy will continue to inspire future generations for years to come. Thanks for watching. Subscribe this channel to get more interesting and learning videos.